Hi friends, this is Mohit again. Welcome to Kasara's learning platform. In the previous video, we had seen how to create solutions in Dynamics 365 CRM. In this video, we are going to see how to create entities in that solution.
So entities are of two types. That one is organization one, and another one is an user or team owned entity. Okay,
Sorry.
so is Kiti?
Yeah, sorry, before I was talking on mute. Can you once please show the navigation to this entity? Like, how can we navigate to here?
Okay, sure. So I will close all the tabs. I will show you how can we.
Yeah.
So once you have to click that advanced settings.
Okay.
So in the settings, you have to go to your solution. So you have to click the solution which you have created.
Okay.
So then in
Yeah, got
entities
it.
account and that in forms. So once you click the form, it will go to the form designer.
Okay.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
got it. Yeah, thank you, Selvi.
Okay, Keith. Then you can see what are all the entity properties by clicking on the account. So the display name is account and then plural name is accounts. So then your schema name of the account entity is this account. Then you can also include the images from here. You can also add your customized image here. Then the entities is of three types. The ownership is of two types and the entity is of three types. The one is out of standard entity, that is otherwise called as out of box entity. The next one is virtual entity, and then third one is customized entity. The customized entity is the one which you are going to create, that is the customized entity. Then other entity is that is the activity entity. The activity entity means just like emails, you are going to attach that activity in some other entities, that is the activity entity. So activity entity is emails, phone calls, meetings are all are activity entities. So the ownership is of two types, that is user or team or organization. Then areas that display in this entities are whether you are going to display this entity in which area, that is sales or service or marketing. So you can see that accounts entity is the account entity that displays in those areas, that is sales, service, marketing sites. Then you can also include that entity in the business process flow, so it also selected. And you have to so you have the features like notes, activities, connections, mail merge and document management. All entities are embedded, all features are embedded in those account entity. So if you want this entity that should be available for Outlook and mobile, means you have to check these features. Just explore it and Google it and see how it act like. Okay, so I am going to show how to create a new entity. Okay, so I have to click on entities and I have to click new. So I am going to create one student table or entity. So I am going to give student. So name is students. So the ownership is, I am going to select it as organization wide. So this entity is available to all users. So the area I am going to display this entity is sales, service, marketing, all the things. And I have to create activities and these are the features. And once I click save and close, so it will take some time to create. So you can see that student entity gets created in our solution. So then you can add the fields and forms views to those entities. Okay. So this is my customized entity. The students is a customized entity. Then account is a standard entity that or otherwise out of box entity. Okay. So I am going to create a fields. Before that, I will tell what is a field and what are the different data types is there. So fields are nothing but columns are attributes. Okay. So what are the fields data types means? So I am going to create a new field in the account itself. So you can see the data type here. So what are the different data types means single line of text. So single line of text means it stores up to 4,000 characters of text. Okay. So you can specify the format like email, text, URL or phone. Once you click the single line of text in the format, you can see email, text area, URL. If you are going to give the URL in a particular field means you can specify the format as URL, ticker symbol, phone, JSON. So you can just please explore all these options here. Okay. So the next one is option set. So option set is each option has a number and value. So if I want to include any option set value means just I have to click this symbol and I can label it here. That is like orange or something. Whether if it is a field is a fruit one means I have to include all the fruits here. So I am going to label it as orange and the option set value is this one, or either you have created as one. Once I add, I can add another value also. So just like you can add the option set values. Okay. The next one is multi-select option set. So multi-select option set means you can select two options or three options. So just like option set, you can create the labels and values for multi-select option set also. And next one is two option. This is an X or no field. It's like a radio button. Okay. Boolean type. Yes. So image means you can, if you want to display any image for a record means you can configure it here. Then the next one is whole number. So you can specify the format also here, whether it is none, duration, time zone, language. You can specify the maximum and minimum values also here. Okay. The next one is floating point number. You can store the precision also up to 5 decimal points or 6 decimal points. So I want to specify the value means you can give it here. You can also specify the minimum value and maximum value from here. The next one is decimal number. So you can store up to 10 decimal points. You can also set the minimum and maximum values. Next one is currency. This data type is particularly for a currency one. So you can also specify the precision also for the currency. So the next one is multi-line of text. The multi-line of text means it's like a scrolling text box. You can also specify the, or you can also set the maximum number of characters in the field. Okay. The next one is date and time. So you can store the date related data and you can specify the behavior, whether it is user local or we need only date, not time means you have to specify the behavior as date only, or otherwise it is a time zone independent also you can give here. The other one is a lookup. It is a it is created as relationship field. So where you can see the records of another entity. So you can see the record types. You can you want to add any records from another entity, means which record you have to add. You can give it from here, and this will create a relationship. Okay, this is mostly for 1:1 relationship. Then customer, the customers is more than enough. It may be a account or contact. So then you can also attach the configure the file. So these are the file data types. You can explore one by one, and you have to create fields for each data types, and you have to explore uh, how it reflected in the UIN. Okay. So I am going to create one of the name, that is mode. So you have to give, as it is a lowercase. The first letter should be lowercase. Then only so you can see the field, that is deferral amount here. This is the schema name. This is the logical name. Okay. So that logical name only we can use it in the code when we are writing code. So I want the deferral amount to be added in the form, means I am going to the form designer. First, before that, we have to click the publish all customization. Okay. Then only your fields that is created will reflected in the form designer. Okay. So I created the field as deferral amount. Yes, it's created. It's listed in the form designer. So I have just drag and drop going to. Once I save and publish, means it will reflect in the front end. As I shown for phone number. So fields are also three different types. The one is simple. So for simple only, we are having this data types, and calculated also, and for a roll up field also. In calculated fields, the fields are the values which can be automatically calculated using some conditions or formulas. Then roll up fields for calculating the aggregated fields for using data from multiple records. I will show how the calculated fields are getting created. Already I have created one calculated value for so here, if you are going to create the field as calculated one, means you have to click calculated. Okay. Then you have to add the conditions here. So you have to add the conditions. So if you want to set some expired date in a field means you have to give the condition that is the current current entity, then field as if you are going to create it on field should be, contain some data means then you have to set that expire date after 1 year means you have to give that conditions from here. So already I have created one field that is expired date for time consuming purpose. I will show that field. So here that expired date is an calculated field. So how I have created means I have set the condition that is created on record contains data. Then my action is set expired date to add the years that one after that created on date. So that is created on date. I have to add the value 1 year to that created on field. Okay, so just give some condition and just set the action. After then click save and close. You can see that expired date in the front end. So that uh, created on record for this record is that is 24 to 2023. So I have created the calculated field for expired date. It will show that is 24 to that is 2024. I am adding 1 year to the created on field. Okay. So just explore this one, and if you have any doubt, please ping. So just create one custom entity and create the data type for all the fields, and in using form designer, bring all the data types in the UI and explore that calculated field. This is the hands-on for you guys today. I will show that roll-up field tomorrow.
Thank you for watching this video, friends. I hope you had fun learning. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.